Ambre 114 by Histoires de Parfums. Now, is this fragrance the best amber perfume on the market? I mean, there's a lot of amber perfumes, and of course, amber is an accord, so it's a prescribed blend of vanilla, labdanum, and benzoin. And you'll see there's vanilla in here, there's benzoin, there's tonka bean. But in today's Cephalabon contributor video, I'm going to be giving you my thoughts on this perfume, which has been around for a number of years now. I'm also going to let you in on a very special giveaway opportunity of how you can win, so make sure to stay tuned. Now, before I begin today's episode and I give you my thoughts on this fragrance, which is Ambre 114 by Histoires de Parfums, I'm going to talk to you about the notes, the smell, performance, longevity, comparisons, all that good stuff. But before I dive into the review, I do want to mention that if you're a fan of fragrance-related content, and of course, if you love smelling your best, hit subscribe, hit the bell, and give this video a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm. It would really mean a lot to me. So here we have a perfume that contains such a wide array of notes. Conveniently, they're all listed on the side of the box here, which I think is pretty cool. You do have the sleeve, and I always enjoy the presentation of Histoires de Parfums fragrances. Of course, I have 1725 Casanova, I have Tuberose 1 Capricious, I have a handful of them, and this is one that I recently acquired, and you have a chance to win. All you have to do is shoot on over to cephalabon.com. You know the drill. It's going to be the first link down below in the description box, and after you've become a registered reader, just leave a comment on the article. That's all you have to do. It's a very simple process. Just make sure to check back on over to cephalabon.com on the date that's mentioned in the article, because that's when the winner is going to be announced. You don't want to miss the announcement. So this one has thyme. There is rose, geranium, patchouli, sandalwood, cedar, vetiver, amber, vanilla, tonka bean, benzoin, musk. So this sounds like a really rich, warm, ambery, slightly sweet type of a perfume. And of course, with the rose and the geranium, that might leave one to question whether or not this is going to be a bit on the floral or even classic side of things. I'm going to talk to you all about this one in just a little bit. Let's start things off with a quick look at the presentation first. Now, of course, as soon as this perfume opens up, you are going to get the namesake of the perfume. And of course, that is evidenced by the color of the liquid inside this bottle. It's this dark yellow ambery color, very rich, and it opens up quite bold. As a matter of fact, I just want to jump into the longevity right away. 10 plus hours longevity. I was very impressed with this one. And yes, I have found that a lot of Histoires de Parfums fragrances last a very long time. So this one is very base heavy. You're going to get a lot of the tonka bean, a lot of the vanilla, a lot of the benzoin. So it kind of gives the fragrance this warm, sticky, sappy, viscous quality, which I think is really nice, actually. I mean, this is kind of what we're looking for with regard to an amber perfume. We don't want something light and fluffy and airy. No, we want something with quite a bit of density, right? Something that packs a punch, and this one certainly does that. So it has this rich dry down, and you get those warm resinous ingredients straight from the top. I mean, right in the very opening of this perfume, you'll see how rich and, you know, how sort of illustrious it is. It possesses a lot of character. Now, you do get a little bit of the rose, and I think it adds a bit of like that amber tendency as far as the genre is concerned, not the singular accord, but as far as the genre is concerned, it does kind of convey a bit of that ambery tendency, and you do get this creamy sandalwood in the dry down. And I would go as far as to say that the sandalwood is richer or stronger than the cedar wood, because for me, cedar has a bit of a peppery quality, and I'm not necessarily getting that here. Now, as far as some of the other notes are concerned, the patchouli, yes. The vetiver, no. I'm not really getting this green earthy vibe. I'm not getting anything in here that reminds me of soil or that smells grassy in any way. So, but the patchouli, yes. I smell the patchouli in combination with the amber, and it just carries with it this very strong, bold, potent personality, which I think is really interestingly done. And I'm personally really loving this fragrance. Now, of course, I think this one is going to carry with it some restrictions. In other words, I wouldn't wear this one in the hotter weather. And I also would not wear this one casually. I would wear something like 1725 casually because it has the lavender and the citrus, and I think it's just an everyday grab and go fragrance. And of course, the brand has also manufactured some citrus leaning compositions. This one is a bit on the darker, more expressive, more formal side of things. So I'd be more likely to wear this one in a dressed up scenario. I think this is going to do remarkably well for that. And of course, this one, super ideal for the cold weather. So you wear this one in the fall and winter, especially if you live in a very cold climate. This is going to cut through the cold, and the performance on it, like I said, 10 plus hours contingent on your skin chemistry. It's going to do very, very well. Now, I know this brand has a few different amber based perfumes. I would love to review more in the future. And of course, if you have any requests or recommendations on which ones I should pick up, just drop your comment down below. As I've said in the past, I always love the interaction. I do my best to try to comment as much as I can, but I get hundreds of comments every day. So I hope you're understanding if I don't get around to your comment, but this one is awesome. Check it out. And if you have experience with it, let me know. Let's go ahead and finish things off with my overall assessment. So first up, in terms of the uniqueness and the overall smell, as I mentioned earlier, this is a unique fragrance. Of course, there's a lot of amber perfumes on the market, and with amber, to make it interesting, you do need to explore or experiment with a lot of other ingredients. In the case of this one, you have the rose, the geranium, the thyme, you have a little bit of vetiver as well. It doesn't have too strong of an influence, like I said before, but there is a certain level of uniqueness, but of course, it does fall within the classification very traditionally. So as soon as you smell it, you're gonna say, oh yeah, this is an amber for sure. A lot of vanilla, a lot of benzoin, and quite a big dollop of tonka bean as well. Overall smell, very pleasant, but I can see how for some it might be an acquired taste, especially if you don't like your perfumes to be on the heavier side of things. So just make sure you sample this one first. In terms of longevity, 10 plus hours, projection, a little beyond an arm's length for the first hour and a half to 2 hours of application. It's quite strong and quite diffusive in those first 2 hours. Versatility on this one, dress it up. I think it's going to cater to an older demographic, somebody more experienced in dealing with niche perfumes, and I think it's great for the colder weather, perfectly unisex as well. And as far as the presentation is concerned, I love the orange, definitely conveys the essence of the perfume, and of course the bottle presentation is always very, very nice. My final verdict on this fragrance is it is an exceptionally well done amber perfume, and of course this brand has set a certain benchmark of quality, and this falls in line with that benchmark. So thank you so much for watching. Participate in the giveaway. Visit Cephalabon, first link down below in the description box. I hope you took something of value from this video, and if you did, I would really appreciate it if you would consider supporting the channel by clicking subscribe, hitting the bell, and giving this video a thumbs up for the algorithm. It would really mean the world to me. So thank you again so much for watching. I love you all, and we'll see you tomorrow with a new episode. Bye.